Hi, it's been a while since we've last had an update, so I thought it was about time that I just told you where I was up to and what's going on. Had a little bit of a layoff due to a bit of a health scare, but that's all in the past, so we're back and we're at it. So, just about to start zipping the engine back together. As you can see, on this end the gearbox is off, the front end the pulley's off, because this casing here, that hole there, sheared out, well, the bolt sheared in the old casing, and unfortunately here I drilled the bolt out, but when I went to re-tap the hole, the flipping tap broke in there, and that's almost impossible to dig out. Now, just looking up inside the engine, you can see everything is nice and clean, apart from a good covering of assembly oil. It's had new shells on all the big ends. You can see there's the oil pump there, and right up inside the engine it's pretty clean, and the only thing you can see there is basically the sheen of the oil that I've slatted about to. That's a technical phrase from Yorkshire, slatting. You can just see the timing chain there. It's a bit slack, but I don't think it's that bad that it's going to cause us a major issue. I'll have to keep an eye on that. I'm hoping that I'd have to strip this down and eat my words. But the bores had been honed before I reassembled. Unfortunately, because of the way that the big ends are made, they're actually made bigger than the bores. So the only way to fit the pistons is from underneath, and trust me, that is a little bit of a nightmare, getting your hand all the way up inside there. Now you can see the bottom of the piston. That was a bit of a cow of a job. Now the engine at the moment is pretty well stripped let me just pull some light over onto this subject. Pretty well stripped of its horrible blue paint. We're going to get on and paint that black. You can see there where the elbow for the cooling system was. You see how rusty it is inside there. It's all been blown out and cleaned out. Obviously it'll get rinsed out when I get a chance to get the engine back together. The next thing, as I say, is to zip it back together. I'll be putting, sorry about this, this baffle plate goes in to the bottom of the engine and fits like that, and the hole you can see there is where the oil filter cage goes. We've cleaned that out. That's obviously been degreased and degunked, and that bit will go on. So that the first thing I need to do, jumping about a bit, is put the pulley wheel back on the front, which I've painted up, and we'll do that by taking a plank of wood and actually sliding it into the bottom of the engine, so the weights from the flywheel can bite on that. It'll allow me to tighten up the engine, put the bottom baffle plate on, put the bottom cover on, and then sit the engine back upright. Next thing after that will be to refit the head, which is over there, now with brand new core plugs fitted, and once it's all together we're going to give it a degrease. The only part of it that has been painted thus far, and I'll spin around and take you back outside, there's the sump case and the oil filter cover. They've been painted up, and you can actually see the bracket hung for the front of the engine. There's one there and one there, and the idea of using paint on those now is give it a bit of protection as it's sat down on the timber and of the bench. We can move things about and roll it over and slide it about a bit, and if we scuff the paint we can touch it up later, but at least the hard part of the engine to get to the underside will have some paint on it before we even start. The next idea will be to put it into a cradle of its own, so we can sit it in the cradle, finish off the paintwork, refit the gearbox, and hopefully fire it up so we can give it a test run, get it warmed through, and get it churning some oil, because obviously when I reassemble it it'll need some oil. So what I'll do is I'll leave it there for now. We'll pop back a little bit later on. Hopefully today I'll have the head on and the sump on and the filter in, and we'll see how she looks.